Hello everybody and welcome to Romanceful's Tarot. I'm about to begin here with a reading now. That being said, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with you. But, it's completely normal. It is a personal reading, so it is bound to happen at some point. If ever you would like to have your own personal reading, so a moment that is, for you with your questions, your answers, your guidance, I'm there to find you your answers. So if you would like to contact me and you would like to have a reading, please do contact me at romancefultarot@gmail.com. And it'll be my great pleasure to send you the corresponding readings so we can go and find those answers, as I said. So if you do enjoy the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please do take a brief moment to click the subscribe button to show your support to the channel and to myself. It would be greatly appreciated. So with no further ado, all right, so I have the Hanged Man. You can't see him. Let me move him up here. I also have the Hierophant. I have the Seven of Cups. I have the King of Swords, Page of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Fool, the Magician, Eight of Pentacles, and I have Falling. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so let me just see here. I feel as though you got into this relationship. I'm going to talk a little bit about the relationship, what I see, what the cards gave me as messages here. I feel as though you got into this, relationship really quickly. It was not something that was a long. It happened quite quickly, and I don't think that you saw the red flags to begin with, because I do have to say that this ex-partner is, really. It's a toxic person, okay? And I know that you do love them, and I'm very, very sorry to tell you this, but the information that I am getting here are really telling me that this is what it is. I feel as though there were a bunch of red flags before you began the relationship, before you got in contact with them, and I think you just didn't want to see them, and so you just didn't see them. And, that being said, it happens to everybody. We're all the same. We just don't see the red flags when we're supposed to see them, and then consequences happen. That being said, I really feel like you jumped into this relationship not really thinking about it 2-3 times, thinking that let's just have some fun and maybe this one will be the one, right? Well, I just have to say that they kind of jumped in the same way, although they jumped in that way knowing that it was going to stay that way and it wasn't going to move forward to something more serious. Their point was never to be there. That was never their goal. I know that right now you're seeking some advice. You're trying to figure out, what to do, where to go. Do you contact? Do you try to go see them? What do you do? This is really what you're trying to find out now. It's the advice you're trying to seek, but you're not quite getting the answer. You're just not quite getting it. In this relationship, I feel as though you did have great, I feel like you had great sorrow when it came to the fact that you just put not too much, it's not true, you just put so much, okay, into this relationship. You put a lot of love, you put a lot of effort, you put a lot of time, you put a lot of sadness, you put some happiness. I mean, you put all of you into this relationship, and you really did want it to work, but I feel as though maybe you put a little bit too much into it, and you were just kind of feeling like you were just not reeking in what you were supposed to get. You did not get what you wanted out of this relationship, and in a way it kind of just is frustrating. It kind of makes you just want to go back just to get what it is that you want, because you never really got it, and it would kind of give you some kind of how could I say, some kind of happiness here, some kind of a clarity and closing the door a little bit. But that being said, that's not going to be done. So this is really about how you're feeling, what you're searching for. The page over here, the page is all about messages. The page is going to bring you a message. And quite frankly, I have to say, okay, I do believe that they are going to contact you, and this is the message that you're going to be receiving. And now I'm not saying they're going to contact you tomorrow. I'm not saying they're going to contact you in a week. I'm saying they're going to contact you. I don't have any specific times here. I just know that they are going to be contacting you, but don't get too excited over the idea. They want to contact you for different reasons. They want how you call a really good friend, okay? Let's put it that way. they would like to continue this relationship, but on a basis of, a convenience basis. But that being said, they're not going to tell you. They're going to hide this from you. But they are clearly, I'm telling you, they are not interested in whatsoever. They're not interested in anything that is long term. I have over here Humpty Dumpty, which is your partner, and I also have the Hanged Man over there. And let me just tell you that this not the Hangman, but the Humpty Dumpty over here, the King of Swords, is not one nice person. Very authoritative, somewhat controlling, very decisive. When they decide something, that is it, and you cannot change your mind. So this is why you can't go and see them at the moment. Just don't. Just let them be the way they are, and at some point they're going to start coming back because they're going to wonder, why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you calling? What is going on? And they're going to miss that attention, and they're going to somewhat pop back up. But as I said, they're going to want a type of relationship that maybe you don't want. That being said, I feel as though you right now, the way that you're looking at the whole situation is that you have so many possibilities, but you don't really know which one to take. Okay, this is coming from the doors here. You see a picture on the door and you think, oh, that is what I want. Let's say, chocolate cake or something. But you're so afraid that when you open it, it's going to be a vanilla cake. What are you going to do? They lied to you. This is not what you were expecting to get. And so this is really, it's kind of silly because I'm talking about cake, but I mean, it goes all the way to relationships and even higher up. So this is really about being afraid of not getting what it is that you want because you didn't get what you wanted the first time. So you're going to kind of think about it 2-3 times. This time, although I do know that you do want to go back with your partner, you are going to think about it a little bit because, there were, you carried way too much weight upon your shoulders, way too much. You carry it all the way until you just can't do it anymore because you're just sore and you ache all over the place. But I feel as though you were the one who was giving the most out of this relationship, and this is why this relationship is seeming empty to you and why you're having trouble closing this relationship. In the meanwhile, the Hanged Man is over there and he's quite comfortable and that's all good. And I have the Magician over here. The Magician, can do whatever they want to do because they're a magician. But so we do really have to be careful here for illusions, okay? They're going to try and tell you something, of course, and they're going to feed you a bunch of illusions, but please do remember that this is not something that they want. They don't want to be into this relationship for on the long run. They just want to have some fun right now because they did have a lot of fun with you and they want to continue into that way for the moment. I do have to say though, I don't see like the other person is still around into the reading here, if that can help you out a bit. So we're going to move over to the Oracle card here, which is all about falling, because this is what you're pretty much doing. So it's pretty much depicting right on this time. It says, you know what? You've launched yourself into the unknown. You've taken a risk. You've dared to follow your instinct without the thought and consideration that would have, seen you miss the chance that will come to you. This is really about the in-between. It's the end. It's of what once was. It's the letting go of who you were and a rebirth into a new life. Okay, it's the unknown outcomes. It's complete immersion into the process of change. So this is what you're doing because you're falling, because of the relationship, because of where it's going. You're feeling quite sad and you're just kind of dropping and falling down to the bottom. But let's just say that as you're falling, you are learning so much and you're never going to get back into that type of situation again. I am positive. So that being said, this does conclude the reading. Yes, they will be contacting you, but for the wrong reasons. If you do have any questions, you would like to have your own personal reading, please do contact me at romanceviltarot@gmail.com. It will be my great pleasure to help you out with that. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. And I do wish you a fantastic day. Thank you so very much for being there, and I'll see you soon.